How's it going, ChevelleFactory fans? I've got a pretty cool 1970 Chevelle sitting in front of me here that I'm going to give you a story about. I'm over here at D&P Classics in Fountain Valley. Pat, the owner over here, has just told me about this 70 Chevelle that they received and have been commissioned to work on. And I guess from the story that I'm hearing is that this car was painted about 20 years ago. So this paint job that you're looking at is about 20 years old, give or take. And again, if this story is a little bit off, if someone recognizes this car and knows a little bit more about it, forgive me, but I'll just tell you the best that I know of. But again, I was told that this car was an original SS 454 car. And at some point, someone decided to basically build it into a pro street car. And this thing is fully caged, interior's fully caged. I don't believe it's ever been raced, but you see it's got a full floor in it. I don't know what chassis is underneath it, but it is running the full-size tubbed Pro Street rear tires. And you can see the cage comes all the way back to the rear of the car. And you can see the wheel wells, the big tubs for those full 33s. So at some point, this car was built for pro street drag racing or street driven and just in a pro street style about 20 years ago, give or take. And it was never apparently raced or finished. And recently, I don't know how recent, but recently, another gentleman has purchased a car and started getting it back on the road to actually drive it. He doesn't plan to race it apparently, so he wanted to do something that was drivable and go to an LS swap engine. He chose to go with an LT4. It is going to have an automatic in it. And even though this LT4 obviously doesn't scream, I guess, pro street, the vision of pro street, it is kind of cool that at least he is putting this car back together and wanting to drive it and utilize it for all its glory. Again, it's a 1970 Chevelle and apparently a true SS. But obviously, people might be saying, oh, why would you do an SS and pro street it out and everything? But if this car was built, let's say it was painted 20 years ago, let's say before that, maybe 5-10 years prior to that, maybe it started, being taken apart to build into this. So technically this car wouldn't have been that old. And at that point, looked at as a classic or something that you wouldn't want to touch. I know a lot of people are always like, oh, why would you do that? But I mean, again, if we look at, today, right now, we're in, 2024. I mean, I'm not going to take a 2005 car and really worry about cutting it up. I mean, it's not something that you're going to think about. So just putting that in perspective, that's what this car, these 70 Chevelles or any of these old classic cars were to people in the 90s. They weren't a classic at that point. So a lot of times you'll see them chopped up and not an original, but that also builds to the reason why a lot of these cars are hard to come by in original form of true fact of, a papered, authentic pedigree SS, car. They're hard to find because of that reason. There's still a lot of these out there, but you just really don't see them because people have taken them apart and done stuff with them. This thing's running some skinnies up front and the nice fatties out in back. Paint obviously needs a little bit of rubbing out and repolishing, but the first plan of attack is to get this thing running, and it is over here at D&P Classic getting that accomplished. They've already done some work getting the engine connected, the fuel system. Pat was telling me that they just did all this work here. They've also got some headers being made right now because the engine was placed in a different placement than normal, so the header selection wasn't something that they could use off the shelf, and they are getting something made custom for this car. And it looks like it's got some vintage air peeking down underneath the dash there. And I'm sure it's probably going to get, I don't know if it's got, let's go around over the other side and see if it does have gauges in it. If it's got some Dakota Digitals. So it looks like, yeah, it does. It's got some Dakota digitals. He also said that the client, obviously being that he wants to drive it, they did end up cutting the door bars out of the car so they don't have to jump over those to get into the seats. I'm not sure what seats they're going to put into it. They still need to cut off those bars over on that side. So they're going to leave some structure of the roll cage in the car still, but then they're making it a little bit more daily available to drive without a lot of headache. Got the hump right there for the transmission, and I'm sure this thing's going to get some bucket seats. Probably the whole interior is going to get redone. But I mean, really, this thing's that's got to be all factory headliner belts that are hanging off the roof. I mean, all that, it's got to be original. And it's got dated, and it's got the dated belts on there. So pretty cool car. I'm gonna be following along, watching this one get finished up, and hopefully at some point be able to get a ride in it, come back down here and hear it running, and show you guys the outcome on it. See what's underneath the bottom side. Yeah, it looks like a lot of factory components still. Nothing's been too upgraded on the suspension side of things. I'm not sure what their plans are on that, but overall it's gonna be a pretty cool car. I'm not sure if I completely agree with the LT4 being in it. I'm obviously a fan of the LT4, but with the look of the car and the way that it stances pro street, I possibly would have gone maybe to something with an LS, but maybe like a retro look, or something a little bit different. But again, to each his own. Everyone's got a little bit different taste, and just because he's doing it this way doesn't mean I hate the car or it's ruined. Again, it's just the way that he wants to do it, and it's his money and his pride and joy, and that's what he's gonna accomplish. And we know that engine's gonna run really well for it. It's gonna have a lot of power, plenty of power to run those big back tires, and it's gonna sound good and look good. So hopefully here soon, we're gonna get to hear this thing fire up, and I'll come back by and get another walk around video of it.